Please welcome Alexander Regner. The title is 3D Printing to Understand the Mechanics of Your Bone Marrow. Welcome, Alexander.
Thank you. Now, I'm sure it's breaking news to all of you that exercise is important for your health. For decades, health professionals have been telling us that it's important for our heart, our lungs, our physique, and even our mental well-being. I'm sure if I went around this room and asked each and every one of you, we could brainstorm an exhaustive list of reasons why we do or should be working out. But I can guarantee you that there is one thing that's missing from that list, and that's that exercise is excellent for your bone marrow. Now, you may be thinking, what is bone marrow and what does it have to do with my health? Now, I'm here to tell you that not only should you add it to your list of reasons to exercise, but also you should be taking this new steps so that we can understand this important resource for the health of you and your body. Bone marrow is a highly viscous fluid that is under pressure inside your bone. It's an amalgam of fat cells, vasculature, and white blood cells that has the consistency between applesauce and ketchup. Now, as you move, your bone marrow stimulates your mesenchymal stem cells. Now, mesenchymal stem cells, also known as MSCs, are the reason why studying bone marrow is so important. You see, they are the reason why you have bones and an immune system and are vital secondary regulators of your muscles and your nerves. However, despite their critical importance, there's little to no understanding of what the motion inside your bone marrow is actually doing to these cells. So my team hopes to shed some light on this mystery. In order to do this, we 3D printed bone and filled it with gel. Using technology and a little bit of math magic, we were able to create computer simulations of these models. Now, this allows us to have a three-dimensional view of what is going on inside your bone marrow. Now, you might be asking, we're not art majors, why do engineers care about these bright, colorful pictures? And I'm glad you asked. You see, there's a bunch of new research that is telling us that the motion inside your bone is really critical for controlling what these cells are doing. So by controlling the motion, we can control these cells. We can 3D print environments to trick these cells into thinking it's inside your bone, and then we can use them to study how they're actually behaving. Let's put it a different way. Let's imagine that these cells are bright new citizens of Boneopolis, and they're coming in here to try and live. So me and my team, we're the builders. We build the highways, we build the city frames, and then we send it off to our collaborators in Texas who furnish it, stock the fridges so that the cells have plenty to eat, and then we watch as they differentiate. Certain cells are going to grow up to be white blood cells and they're going to police the bone and make sure everything's healthy, and other ones are going to become osteocytes in order to repair it as it breaks down. We can use this vital new technique to really narrow down what's actually happening in your bone as your feet hit the treadmill. Thank you.
I think, Wayne, we need a rim shot for future events, because marrow down. That was really good.
I thought it was at least a cheap thing I could slip in there.
Absolutely, but we need just one more second to enjoy it, but it was well done. Well, thank you. I'm really hopeful that this is the tipping point that gets me to the gym. I will be thinking about it a lot. And thank you for the presentation. So is there a personal aspect to this work for you?
So I actually really enjoy running, but I've always enjoyed applying an engineering perspective to the human body. I mean, after all, we have a bunch of systems, and by studying it from a scientific perspective, we're able to not only increase our lifespans, but also understand what's going on to maybe lead to improvements for future use.
Well done. And what is it that you do to escape this kind of work?
Running. I do try and take my own advice. I really enjoy running. It's a nice stress relieving thing. Like once you get those endorphins going, everything disappears and it's just like you moving forward.
Do you have an image, like as you run, are you thinking about your work?
Well, it starts off with like, if I'm mad at something, like if I'm having issues printing, it starts off with like that frustration, and eventually like I just let it go and then move on, and then I can finally come back and try and solve the problem.
Well, thank you so much. Well done. Yeah.